And welcome back to Stories from the River. This is your host, Charlie Malouf, and we've got an exciting episode for you today. We are here with the famous Samantha Juliano on location here at STK at our 5th annual Home Furnishings Expert Soirée. Sam, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Stories from the River, a show in which we go behind the scenes at Broad River Retail.
And we're back. All right, Sam. So we are here at the Expert Soirée. We've got a nice little room set up. About to have a wonderful night tonight. Now, you used to be the famous Samantha Van Giesen. Everyone calls you Sam or SVG. You know, SVG equals SPG. But now you're no longer Samantha Van Giesen. You're now Samantha Juliano. Congratulations. I understand you just got married.
Yes, just July 11th.
July 11th. So not even, wait, it's August 11th.
Yeah.
Right? So you're 1 month. You're 1 month, and I don't even know what episode this is. Maybe 374 or 5. I didn't catch that, but we have a 1980s theme. So you'll pardon me for my linen suit here, going a little Don Johnson, Miami Vice, with of course the gold calculator watch.
Oh yeah.
And so Sam, I understand this is your first podcast ever.
It is, yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't had you on multiple times.
I think you've tried to, but I'm definitely happy to be here this time.
You were too busy selling.
I guess.
Yeah, or taking care, or taking care of your wonderful son.
Yeah.
Who is at horse camp now?
Yes,
Awesome.
this week.
He's a pretty active boy.
Yeah, he's definitely into the horses, which I'm secretly happy about. So that's
awesome.
Definitely good.
Well, Sam, you're now the leader in the clubhouse. Now let's go back. You've been with us since the beginning of 2017.
2018.
Beginning of 2018.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Going on 8-9 years. And you've been $1 million memory maker every year that you've been on the sales floor, but you were writing $1 million, you were an expert, you were on our Orange Crush tour we had, OC3, you were doing the town halls and were $1 million memory makers teaching back to everyone else. We took you on tour with us for that one. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I miss those.
And they learned so much from you. And then at one point you decided, hey, I want to change my career up. I want to go into management. Kind of what led to that career pivot for you?
I mean, I think I was just ready for a next step at the time. My GM at the time, Mike Childers, he inspired me. Like, he was awesome. I loved working for him, and I aspired to be that kind of leader for a new team. So it was something I wanted.
You remember me questioning, Sam, you want to go backwards in compensation or go into this associate general manager role and learn a new trade? And I was challenging you a little bit because you were having so much success, in sales.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm so glad I did it because I got to watch a lot of people grow and help them get better, which actually I love. I mean, I love that part of it. The compensation, it was still good. So
okay.
Yeah.
Because you were hitting bonuses and crushing it as expected. You were in the AGM role for a little bit, and then how long were you a general manager?
From I think mid 2020 until fall of 24.
Oh wow! So you started during COVID.
Yeah.
Era. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Fun times.
Yeah. Yeah. Very fun.
Yeah. We're being sarcastic. Although sales were really good for the boom after we got past the supply chain part of it. And so what stores did you run as GM for us?
I was in Cary for almost 2 years and then Raleigh, Glenwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what were some of your big takeaways, leading people and driving sales success as a GM?
It's definitely a constant learning curve because you're dealing with so many different personalities and then just trying to figure out what drives those people, because it's totally different for each person. What motivates one doesn't motivate the other. So just trying to figure each person out individually that you're trying to help get better at the same time. That was definitely a learning curve, but I mean, it helped me, I think, just kind of slow down and get to know my people the best I could so that I could help them in the best way.
During that time is when you became a mom also, right? Or was that a little bit before then?
It was, so Gavin was 8 months old when
Okay.
I started with the company.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So young mom, and
Yeah.
you've got a baby at home, and you're having this success. You go into management, and you're great with people. Like I don't want you to sell yourself short because you're great with your guests, and you understand how to kind of read the situation there and connect. The first part of the C4 with your guests. So I guess you were also deploying that with your people who you're leading and your guests, and helping them show them how to sell as well.
Oh yeah, definitely I loved being involved, with the customers. It's just another level of selling to me.
What was some of the feedback some of your people came in, like if you showed them how to sell diamond care, or how to sell a Tempur-Pedic, or how to close someone who's like walking out or something like that?
Oh, that was like the best part, especially when it was maybe what they would say a difficult guest, or not just an easy buying decision. In other words, their face would light up. They were so happy, like when we could get that accomplished for them and help them earn that guest business. And I think it reinforced trust, that, hey, we can do this again. I'm definitely going to come and get help, or if I'm available, or one of our sales managers. It's just kind of created that culture in the store that, like, hey, if you need help with your guests, maybe a different perspective is a good way.
I mean, I think if I'm an HFC in your store and you're my GM, I'm starting the Saturday pretty fired up, because I'm like, yeah, if I can't close them, I know I got Sam as my backup who's going to step in and help me, add to the ticket, build the ticket, or close guests I might not be able to take. I mean, I think I'm pretty fired up as a salesperson, right?
I mean, I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, that was all I was there to do, was really help them make more money. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said, you know what? I want to go back on the sales floor. So what led to like that transition, or that, and that was at the beginning of 25 or sometime in 24?
Yeah, like fall 24,
Okay.
I made the transition. I mean, I had a lot of personal stuff going on at the time that I was working through. And it was just, I think for me, the right decision at the time, just to take a step back and kind of focus again on myself, which I don't want that to sound a certain way, but just for my mental, place. Like
I think what that sounds like is someone who's mature and has self-awareness, and say, you know what, before I lead people for this next season, I need to just kind of focus on myself. It's really self-responsible and great self-awareness. So kudos to you for that.
Yeah. I don't want to do anything halfway. And I just, I think for right now, that was the best choice for me to make.
Okay. And so how did you do on the sales floor in 2025?
I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Not as much as I wanted. I mean, there's always more, right? I think I did like 1.65 maybe.
Okay.
It was, I mean, to me, it was a good year. I was happy with it for the first full year back.
You had to, I'm sorry to cut you off, but you had to be in like the top 10 or top 15 or 20 for the
I
company?
think I was number 6.
Number 6. So
Yeah.
top 10. So
Yeah.
number 6, which may have been the lowest you had ever ranked when you were in sales prior, right?
Yeah, I think I was second the first 2 years I was on the floor.
Who beat you those 2 years?
Randy Shepard,
Okay.
and then Autumn Zimmer.
Okay. And then were you number 1 after that? Or is that when you went to the GM?
Well, last year was the first full year I've been back on the floor since then.
Oh, okay. Got
Yeah.
it. So number two,
Yeah.
then number 6.
Uh-huh.
And so right now I set you up for this. Because right now you're the leader in the clubhouse.
Right now,
Right
I got
now.
some tough competition.
Always.
I can see it. I mean, I'm watching the numbers. I'm, of course, cheering them on too. I like working, with people who are, high performers who want to do well. It makes all of us better. Yeah.
What store are you in right now?
I'm in Raleigh Capital, Oak City.
Oak City. And
Yeah.
that's where you came back to, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And why did you choose that store? Or were you just, you hadn't managed that store, right?
No.
So you previously sold in Cary, and you managed in Raleigh, Glenwood, and Cary. Why did you say I want to go to Oak City, to Raleigh Capital?
I think I've seen the potential that store could have for a long time, just watching the KPIs and stuff. And I mean, also looking at the traffic and the number of HFCs. I mean, there was a lot that went into it, but I think it's a great location. It's in a shopping center, so you're going to get the traffic. It's just up to us to help that guest that walks in, even if they weren't necessarily thinking of buying. Like, we can show them how they can.
Okay, and so you're right around 1.2 million right now. You crossed $1 million.
1.3.
1.3.
I'm over 1.3.
1.3. They gave me wrong data here.
Yeah,
So,
they did.
and you
Yeah.
know what? I ran the numbers like last night or the day before or something.
I had a good last like 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
So yeah.
So over 1.3. So
Yeah.
you wanted to feel really good coming into dinner. And you're gonna have a great night tonight. So you're sitting in first place. When you came into this year, did you have goals? Was there a numerical goal? Was there a ranking goal? Was there a jackpot bonus goal?
I wanted to hit the 2 million. I mean, I feel like now we've seen it done so many, I don't know how many times now. 5?
Probably about 5
5
times.
maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's something I want to get. Like I want to hit the 2 million. And it'd be nice to get a car. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like who doesn't want that? That's amazing that you guys do that.
Have you gotten a car from any of your jackpot bonuses yet?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So you've seen Karen Byards driving around her car.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I want to get a nice car for a year. And
yeah.
Okay, fabulous. And then 2 million is excellent. And then what are you going for in sleep? Because that's a little hidden gem. And I want to talk about your sleep prowess because you were, if not the best, one of the best in selling sleep in the company. So do you have a sleep jackpot bonus goal?
550. I think that's what I think I almost got there in 2019, but I don't think I quite made it. So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Okay.
So what is your secret to selling sleep? Are you always going for like the Tempur-Pedic, the top of the line? Or are you just like, I'm going to make sure everyone hears about it, knows about it, gets a comfort test? Are you just really good at selling power bases or upselling or getting the comfort test? What is it and why do you think others aren't at that level?
I mean, I think you can't pick and choose who you offer to show it to. And when you have to be ready for them to give you a hesitation and already have a plan for okay, they're going to say my mattress is pretty new. Well, yeah, it's pretty new, but how would you rate that on a 1 to 10 comfort level? I think Carl said that at one point. So I've picked up little things here and there to say, but you have to have a plan, when they have an objection to trying sleep, like, what are we going to do? Okay, what are we going to say to help get them back there? Because once you lay them on it, even if they say their mattress is great or comfortable, they may not know what great actually is until you lay them on it and you do the power presentation like we do here and give them a good experience.
Well, how much are you engaging with the product to make sure that you're up to speed on all the product knowledge and everything, and where to steer people?
So we have our reps that come into the stores. We have sleep summits every year, taking good notes. When we have that training available to us, I mean, we have the snooze, we have Ashley Discovery. We have a lot of tools that we can use to stay on top of our craft because you have to know what you're talking about back there. If you don't, the guest can spot it in a second and they're not going to buy from you.
Are you a quick study, or are you just super intentional about your practice and your scrimmaging and learning about the products?
Well, I used to cram for tests all the time and I would do pretty well. But so I am a pretty quick study. But I think more than like diving into all the specs of each thing, I have a good general knowledge of what each mattress or power base can do for a guest. And then it's mainly, my whole presentation is more geared around how does the guest feel? How is the guest sleeping? And it's more a conversation of asking good questions and then getting their feedback throughout the process. I'm not giving them all kinds of specs because that confuses people.
Where did this, now you sold furniture prior to joining Broad River Retail, right? Tell us how you learned the business, when you started in this business, or and how that kind of shaped your ability to crystallize your talents.
Well, I started in the furniture liquidation business. So I really got just thrown in. My first sale was in Detroit, and that was it was a store closing. So for about 8 years, I traveled around the country to different stores. We did closings, we did cash raisers. So I was constantly having to learn a new store, a new town, a new clientele, new product all the time. And then also meld with their team that they had at the same time.
Did that teach you how to become a great closer, or how to learn how to interact with people? What would you say are like the top things that those formative 8 years taught you?
It definitely got me very hands-on, like with having to pick up things quickly. and adapt. I had to be, I mean, I was constant, every 2 months I was in a different location sometimes. So, and also just getting to know people from all over the place, like no matter what state they're from, if they come into my store now, I kind of like have some type of story I can have a common ground with them on. Like, hey, I've been there. I was there like 10 years ago or whatever. So
that's very cool.
Yeah.
So now as you think about it, what are you working on? Like where do you see the opportunities to kind of continue to get better in your, where are you trying to hone your craft?
I mean, I think it's a continual, like I'm constantly wanting more knowledge.
Let me throw out a couple aspects of our model and give me your self rating on it.
Okay.
Podium.
I would say I'm probably an 8.
Okay. Next gen,
probably an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Booking appointments for private events or secret sales.
I would say a 9 or 10. Yeah.
So you're just persistent.
I'm very persistent. Yeah. Like I feel like I have a good grasp on like who's my hot leads, and then you also have to call, do the fishing like Coach says, right? Call our open to buy guests, our open VIP guests, our guests from a year ago that we sold. So it's really like you have to dial in on the ones that are right there, and also just reach out to as many people as you can, because it's really a numbers game.
Okay. Let me go through a few more. VIP, our financing program, getting the application.
9 or 10. I would say. I mean, if I make a point to ask and I explain it well, I can usually get them to do an app. Yeah.
Diamond Care.
Diamond Care, I feel like I'm still needing some help there. I'm not where I want to be with it, so I'd say maybe a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then sleep.
I'd say an 8. I'm still not where I want to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you think the areas of improvement for your sleep business are?
I think I could benefit from getting a little more detailed, even just on the specs. I know I said like I don't talk much with specs, but when I do get a guest that like really wants to know the breakdown of how is this and this, sometimes I feel less confident, even though I know generally, as much as needed as about each mattress. I feel like I could definitely get more specific with some of that stuff. Okay. And also, I still forget to ask some people hey, do you need to update your mattress, or, hey, come follow me, let me show you something. Yeah. I know there's guests that I'm not taking back there that I could, because we're not 100% on everything. Yeah. But so just, both of those.
Okay. Building the ticket. Bradley always talks about they will buy more, right? And that he's really big on that. How are you on building the ticket?
I would say pretty good. I think, I don't know. I'm a believer. There's always an opportunity. Could I add on more rugs? Absolutely. Could I add on more lamps to living rooms and things like that? Sleep accessory attachment, adding those every time. Am I rating myself on it? Like building it?
Sure.
Okay. I would say maybe a 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
One last one.
Okay.
Thanks for engaging with this. I've never done this with anyone.
Okay.
But you're so strong in so many skill sets. I think our audience will find it very interesting that you still see so much opportunity to get better when you're already at like the top of the game relative to a lot of people. Overcoming objections, whether it's like supply chain, a product delay, or price of dash, or a competitor offering it for less or something like that. Overcoming objections.
I'd say a 9 on that.
Okay.
You get some challenging guests that are very opinionated or just set in their ways and not open to hearing what you say. But I'd say I'm pretty good. The liquidation business definitely taught me how to kind of get past all of those things, a lot of that. But if you use the tools, like you can prevent those objections from happening a lot more. So if you present the 3X right, it's proven you're going to get less objections to Dash and Diamond Care if you're presenting it the right way and you're not, going too far down the rabbit hole explaining every line, right? So I think use the tools.
Do you like 3? I didn't ask about 3X. Do you go to that every time?
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it easy.
it makes everything easier. It's like
Sure.
a menu for the guest. I don't know why people wouldn't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would be your advice to someone? And because you've led and managed, HFAs on the sales floor, the Home Furnishings Associate, the first level. Where do they struggle, or what would be your advice for someone who's who is struggling?
I think sometimes they come in maybe and they don't realize the potential. This job can literally change their life. And I don't know if sometimes they come in and they just haven't seen that type of success, or they don't even know what they don't know yet. Like they don't know what's possible. So my advice would be like, start asking some of your peers who are doing really a great job and have success, and you ask your $1 million writers, hey, what are you doing? And actually get help from the people around you that are doing well.
Yeah.
And treat it like it's your own business. Because even though we work for Broad River, our guests that come in and work with us, like it's up to us to treat them great when they're in the store, and also to make sure everything gets followed through, the delivery goes well, and then keep in touch with them after the fact too.
Yeah. So be curious, take notes, learn from, be open to feedback, and then be a self-starter and make it your own. Own the guest relationship, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's great advice. So let's see here. From all the different seats and hats you've worn, from throughout your career at Broad River, what do you know about the company or understand about the company today that you didn't when you first arrived?
I guess I never expected this level of growth, which it's amazing. It's exciting. I guess I never expected that. When I started in Cary, there was 3 locations in the East region, and now there's 11. And then now we're in different coast and Northeast, and that, and also just I never expected to walk into this company and still be here 9 years later. Like, there's no reason I would want to go anywhere else. It's everybody feels like a family almost, and I feel like you've done a great job creating a culture that people want to work in and actually want to do well.
Well, I think we've all kind of played. I mean, the culture is what people make of it, right?
Absolutely.
And we have great people who assimilate into the company, and you guys do an amazing job. Let's see here. Knowing product versus knowing people. We talked about sleep. Is there a customer experience from this year that captures what you love about this type of work?
I had a guest coming in looking for a sculpture. I think it was like last fall, maybe. They came in asking for a sculpture. So at first I'm thinking like, okay, tabletop accessory, right? Like vase. And they were like, no, like a sculpture that's standing on the ground. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not sure if we have anything like that. I proceeded to greet them. I let them start looking around, and they obviously weren't finding any sculptures, because I don't know if we have any.
I'm not sure that we do.
And so I walked up to them and just re-engaged and started talking to them, found out where they were from. And then I somehow something in my brain said, bring up sleep to these people. And they were like, well, we definitely weren't thinking about it, but yeah, we'll go try a mattress with you. So I took them back, fitted them. They ended up liking a Stearns & Foster. And then they didn't end up buying that day, but they came back the next day and wrote a check, and were happiest ever. So that really stood out, because it's like, how many of those opportunities do we miss by not just asking a few more questions, or not maybe engaging with a guest that we think comes in for something we may not have.
Yeah,
right?
you're creating value. You're generating alpha. You're not just accepting what everyone else would accept. Well, we don't have a sculpture, they're going to leave. You got a Stearns & Foster mattress set and a very happy guest who will refer you to others, and may come back and buy more from you because they had such a great experience, because you cared enough about how they sleep. By the way, what type of mattress do you sleep on?
Right now, I have a Sealy hybrid because my husband did not like the Tempur-Pedic. But we are going to go back to the Tempur-Pedic.
Got it.
And we're going to get a split king.
And I assume that you won it, or it was something that did you win the Sealy hybrid? Because I'm sure you've won.
No, but I did win the Tempur-Pedic I had. I did win. Yes. Okay.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you did.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of sales bonuses and success along the way.
Yes, absolutely.
Who's had the greatest influence on your growth during your time at Broad River?
Like a single person
Or what?
or what? I mean, I think it's a lot of different people and experiences. I think the most, probably like while I was in a leadership role, you know, the Purpose Summits, the RXs, the collaboration with a lot of really smart people all the time, it kind of forces you to get better and want to do better when you're around like brilliant people. And everybody's just so supportive, like no matter what. Even when I transitioned back to sales, I still had people calling me, checking, hey, how's it going? You know, things like that. And then just a lot of different leaders, like Mike Childers was my first GM, so he's of course going to stick out. Kevin Kinman, love him. His energy, like kind of, I'm pretty like laid back, but I feel like, man, I got to have that energy. I got to have that Kevin Kinman energy sometimes. Coach, of course, you just listening to your story and Manny's with how the company started and what, you know, it's gone through at different points, and then to turn around and be where you're at, like it's inspiring.
Well, I love what you said about putting yourself in environments or cultures where you're going to get better because you're going to want to get better because you're going to be around people. You know, they say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And you're just like what you were talking about, the Purpose Summits and the RX events is I was with other people who I had highly valued and who were talented. And it made me inspired to want to get better.
Absolutely. Yeah. You don't want to be the dumbest one in the room with all these smart people.
Well, you're never the dumbest one. You're always at the top, Sam. Okay, we're winding down here. Any final advice you want to give to someone who has never considered furniture sales about what this career can become, from someone who's kind of been at the grassroots level to the mountaintop and now having just tremendous success? I mean, you're like a fine wine. You just get better and better as you go. So
I hope it keeps going that way. I mean, I would have never thought, you know, when I started almost 19 years ago in furniture, that it would provide, you know, the life that I'm able to have. And it's multiplied since I've came with Broad River, of course, but, you know, I've been able to buy 2 houses. I'm able to send my son to horse camp this week, and it's not cheap. I'm able to help my mom out when she needs it. Honestly, like, just try it. You know, there's no cap on what you can do in this business, and it's actually a lot of fun. Like, that's mainly awesome. It's a lot of fun, and you get to make people really happy. Like your guests, they leave super happy that they found what they can get for their home, and create memories in it.
That's awesome. Sam, thank you so much. We're going to go have fun downstairs. Okay. Are you going fish or steak, or what do you think?
Definitely steak. It's a steakhouse.
It's a steakhouse.
Yes.
STK. Yeah. Okay. Me too, by the way. Let's have a fun night. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for taking some time out, arriving early, and taking some time out to share a little bit about you and your story. You're super, super talented. That is the Stories from the River, the Samantha Juliano episode. She's I don't want to say rising star. She is a shining star here at the River. Thanks so much for what you do here at our 5th annual Home Furnishings Expert Soirée. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. To watch this episode, go to youtube.com/@storiesfromtheriver. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.